Since the man pages are on almost every Linux system, and they're a well-established, authoritative source of information, we'll be having a closer look at them in this lesson. Man's man page seems like a good place to start. We can see the standard breakdown of a man page with name, synopsis, description, then we have to scroll down a bit to get to our options. So you can see a few extra sections that we don't see on every man page here, with overview and defaults. Even though it's normally transparent to you because you just type man and then the command you're interested in, the man page is broken down into sections. Some commands are in multiple sections. The one that we'll most commonly be using in this course is the executable programs or shell commands section, section 1. But there are also sections for system calls, library calls, special files, file formats and conventions, games. Never played a Linux game, but I know they're there on many Linux systems. At least I've never played on a server. Miscellaneous. System administration commands, usually for root. And kernel routines. If you're a developer and you're developing things that might interface with the kernel, you may be interested in things in section 9. If you want to do some more advanced system administration commands, you might be interested in section 8. Library calls would also be for developers. But again, most of the things we're going to look for will be in the executable programs or shell commands, section 1. If you're curious to see what sections a command is found in, you can just type man -a and then your command. We'll try passwd. So you see the first one. Hit Q to quit. And then we have an option. We can hit enter to see the next one. Hit Q to quit. And then enter again to see the next one. So this is in section 5. See the 5 in parentheses in the upper left-hand corner by the command name. So we got to page through the different sections of the man page for the passwd command. If you did want the man page from a particular section for a command, you could just type man and then the man page section and then the command. So we can see we got the passwd command for section 5. Man pages themselves are also broken up into sections, as we've seen in a previous lesson, but here are some extra ones that we didn't look at. They could potentially have name, synopsis, configuration, description, options, exit status. This could be useful for troubleshooting or handling certain exit statuses. Return value, if it's supposed to return something. Errors. Environment, files, versions, conforming to, notes, bugs, example, authors, and see also. So if we scroll all the way down, we can see the see also section. So this will give other commands that we may be interested in that are kind of related to the functions that we're using for this command. What if you don't know what man page you want to use? You can search through the man pages for a particular phrase or command by using man -k, the -k option. If we do man -k for pass, it'll return anything with pass in the description. If we get a little more specific, we type passwd, we get fewer commands, so it narrowed us down to just passwd related entries. Man -k for group. will give us anything related to group. And man-k group mod would just give us the group mod entry. When you're viewing a man page, you're actually using a pager. It lets you view the description one page at a time, and you can use the up and down arrows to scroll around. By default, the pager is less. So it brings up this command, and it puts the man page into that. You can also usually use the page up and page down to scroll up or down more quickly. You can also search in your pager, just like you would with less. So you can search for, so we'll search for recursive. And you'll often forget whether recursive is capital R or lowercase r. It's different for different commands. It's a capital R if you want to search subdirectories with ls. An alternative to the -k option is apropos. Typing apropos password will give us the same output as man-k password. Now you know how to understand and navigate the man pages. Great work! In this lesson, we're going to talk about case sensitivity. In the English language, capital letters are called uppercase letters, and small letters are lowercase. If you're a Windows user just getting started with Linux, you may be confused by the fact that Linux is case sensitive, while Windows is not. I'm on a Windows 10 virtual machine here, running PowerShell commands. PowerShell has many aliases for common Linux commands. So we could use dir for directory to see what's in the directory, or we could use uppercase dir or dir. You can see Windows doesn't pay attention to case. If we use the sc for set content command in PowerShell, we can create a file called example.txt. The null just means it will be 0 bytes. Now if we do an ls, we can see the example.txt file there. If we run the command again, but we use an uppercase E, for example, it doesn't change the case of the name for the file. Depending on how you're creating the new file, Windows will warn you that you're overwriting the existing file, or it won't let you write the new file if it has the same name with different case. Now if we do a dir looking for things that start with exam, and we spell it all uppercase, it will return example.txt even though it's spelled all lowercase. So this is normal behavior for Windows, and it's probably what you're used to if you've come from a Windows background. In Linux, you have to get into the mindset that it is case sensitive. It just let us create 3 files named this file. The only difference is the case. If we do the find command with its defaults, it'll only find the file named this file if we spell it all lowercase, and it will ignore the ones that are the same name but with different case. Looking in the man pages and searching for case, we can see that if we use -iname with the name option, it'll return a case-insensitive search. So we say -find, we use the type file and iname for case insensitive, and we specify this file.txt. It'll return spellings with each case of that file. Remember also that in Linux, commands are case sensitive. Clear and clear are not the same. It says command not found. ls and ls are different. It doesn't find it when you use a different case. And as we noted earlier, commands are case insensitive in Windows. If you find yourself typing a command or searching for a file and it's not working as you expect, double check your spelling and your case. That's it. Good job, and I'll see you in the next lesson.